In the summer of 1997, many Star Wars fans were still high on the release of the Star Wars Special Editions. But for the Star Wars action figure collectors, there was a buzz about the latest release of figures starting to hit stores. Some of the new figures of 1997 were Prune-Faced, Captain Piet, and Lobot. One of the new figures of that year was one Star Wars kids of the 80s longed for but never had. That was the Rebel Fleet Trooper. Finally, the adult collectors of the 90s could have the figure they always wanted as a kid in the 80s. For summer of 1997, almost from the start, the figure would stir up controversy as collectors started to find it. On June 1st, collector Don93 reported finding the Rebel Fleet Trooper in Florida. However, some of the users were skeptical about the finding, such as Jeffrey, who said he was highly doubtful that the figure had been released. He said he wouldn't believe it until he saw a photo. However, Dan Hill would soon let him know that he found one at a Toys R Us in Atlanta, Georgia. But the question of if this figure was hitting stores or not wasn't the real controversy of the Rebel Fleet Trooper. That would come a few weeks later when collectors started to notice the pants on the Rebel Fleet Trooper just didn't match up with what they saw in the movie. Most of the collectors laughed this off as another Hasbro screw-up. But then posts started appearing in the collectors' forums about a rare variant of the Rebel Fleet Trooper, one that had gray pants that mostly fit the look of what was seen on film. People were asking to buy it if they found it. Other collectors would swear they had it. The message board was going crazy all summer. People debating if it was really released, if it was just a rumor, and if it's really out there, how rare was it? People were begging for images to be posted, but no one had any. The talk of the collector world would reach Hasbro's ears. Maybe. As someone who would often drop Star Wars toy news on the collector's news group named Jen at Hasbro would post, the Rebel Fleet Trooper was not released with gray pants. The figure was done in tan pants to represent the character in the ceremonial scene at the end of Star Wars. Would this end the debate? Of course not, as now collectors would question if Jen at Hasbro really worked for the company. The Peanut Gallery would ask if she was speaking as an official representative of Hasbro. Keith wanted to know if it was supposed to be the Rebel Fleet Trooper at the end of the film, then why did they use the photo of the Rebel Fleet Troopers in the Blockade Runner? That's a good question. On August 4th, one user would finally have enough of the debate and declare, "There is no gray pants Rebel Fleet Trooper." His long, angry rant would point to a FAQ page on the official Hasbro Star Wars website, where he said that question was asked and answered. Sadly, the Wayback Machine did not archive the FAQ during the last half of 1997. Or could it have been deleted? Maybe as a way to keep the secret of the gray pants Rebel Fleet Trooper going? The angry post would go on to say that he felt sorry for anyone that believed the rumor, and that it was him that was the first person to say it wasn't real. But it was worse to deal with assholes starting fake rumors. And it made him sick. And he warned that anyone that might have a big, bright idea to start rumors had better watch out. And as you can imagine, the replies from this post, it garnered agreement, and then disagreement, and then drifted off into a debate on who was or who wasn't a real collector. But you know, reading all through this, my question goes back to Jen at Hasbro. It seems her post was right. So did she really work at Hasbro? Well, it seems the Wayback Machine did log that FAQ question on the official Star Wars Hasbro site. But was the one posting about the Rebel Fleet Trooper the real Jen at Hasbro? Or was she one of the many fakes? The world may never know.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.